I'm Heather Jenkins from Hand to Mind. Welcome to our Teach at Home curriculum. This is the 4th grade, week 4, day 3 literacy video. Have you ever been a part of a book club? Well, I'm part of a book club, and what book clubs do is everybody reads the same book and then they get together to discuss if they like the book or not and to discuss the most important events in the story that they read. Today, we're going to be talking about how we can describe the most important events in a story. We're going to be looking at how to summarize a story. Summarizing a story helps us to remember the most important elements of the story. So what is a summary? Well, a summary describes the most important parts of a text. When you write a summary, you use your own words. And when we write a summary after we've read a story, a summary is usually short. So it's a lot shorter than the story that we've read. When we write a summary, we want to think about the following questions. Who is in the story? So we're looking for the characters. Where and when does the story take place? We want to think about what the setting is of the story. Is there a problem and solution? Some stories do have a problem and solution, but some stories may not. And last, we want to think about what happens in the beginning, middle, and end of the story. We want to make sure that we understand the order in which the events in the story happen. Now, we're going to take a look at a short story. After we read the text, we're going to practice summarizing the story that we read. Follow along as I read the story out loud. Trip and Amber arrived at the Fun Times amusement park. They bought their tickets at the ticket booth and entered the park. As far as the eye could see, there was nothing but rides and games. First, Trip and Amber rode on the Ferris wheel. They could see the whole park from the top of the wheel. After that, they rode the double looper roller coaster. Trip and Amber screamed loudly as the roller coaster car rocketed down the hills and through the turns. Next, they threw darts at balloons to win a stuffed animal. Amber won a huge stuffed teddy bear. Finally, Trip and Amber bought ice cream cones before leaving the park. They had an amazing day. Now, we're going to read the story one more time, and as we read it, I want you to keep in mind these questions so that we can develop a summary. Who is in the story? Where and when does the story take place? Is there a problem and solution? And what happens in the beginning, middle, and end of the story? Let's read the text one more time. Trip and Amber arrived at the Fun Times amusement park. They bought their tickets at the ticket booth and entered the park. As far as the eye could see, there was nothing but rides and games. First, Trip and Amber rode on the Ferris wheel. They could see the whole park from the top of the wheel. After that, they rode the double looper roller coaster. Trip and Amber screamed loudly as the roller coaster car rocketed down the hills and through the turns. Next, they threw darts at balloons to win a stuffed animal. Amber won a huge stuffed teddy bear. Finally, Trip and Amber bought ice cream cones before leaving the park. They had an amazing day. When I think about summarizing a story, I think of the story as a pizza. And each slice of the pizza can tell us something different about the story to help us summarize it. So, one slice would be characters, another setting, another beginning, middle, and end. In this story, we didn't necessarily have a problem or solution, so we're going to be looking at the character, setting, beginning, middle, and end of the story. Let's start with our first slice, the characters. Who were the characters in the story? Say your answer out loud. The characters in this story were Trip and Amber. Now, let's look at our second slice of our summary pizza, the setting. Where or when did the story take place? Say your answer out loud. The story took place at the Fun Times amusement park. Now, let's look at our next slice, the beginning. What are some things that happen at the very beginning of the story? Say your answer out loud. At the beginning of the story, Trip and Amber arrive at the amusement park and they buy their tickets. Now, what happened in the middle of the story? Say your answer out loud. In the middle of the story, they ride the Ferris wheel and coaster. Trip and Amber also play a balloon dart game. And finally, let's look at our last slice of the summary pizza. What are some events that happen at the end of the story? Say your answer out loud. At the end of the story, Trip and Amber buy ice cream cones and leave the park. Now, using the information from our summary pizza, I want to share with you an example of a summary that you could write about this story. Trip and Amber took a trip to the Fun Times amusement park. First, they bought their tickets at the ticket booth when they arrived at the park. Next, they rode different rides like the Ferris wheel and a roller coaster. They also played a balloon dart game where Amber won a stuffed animal. Finally, Trip and Amber bought ice cream cones and left the park. This is just one example of how you might summarize the story that we read. You did a great job summarizing today's story. Thank you for watching this video about summarizing a story. If you'd like to continue to practice summarizing stories, please visit our website where you can download, print, and complete additional activities. Have a great day!